Hey guys, what's up? It's Rygar the Destroyer here, and today we're going to be looking at the Quinlan Vos action figure that came in the comic book 2-pack. He came with Commander Faye. Here he is. They came in a comic book 2-pack, and before we look at Quinlan Vos, we'll go ahead and take a look at the packaging. Let me get it here. It's fairly plain, and that is because it came with this comic book. Sorry, I have to really stretch out my arms here to show you this. The figures would have been posed in front of this comic book in the packaging, and that's why this is just almost entirely white. The comic book is well drawn and stuff, so it does make a good background. But on the back here, it does show the figures. There they are, and some other packs in the wave, and up here is the description. Let's see if I can, yeah, the glare is gone. If you want to read that, you can just pause the video. Talk about the comic book. This is from a fairly long series of comic books. I have read all of them. You cannot buy, as far as I know, all of the comic books in like a singular form like this with the action figures. So if you're going to try and do that, you can't do it. Go ahead and flip through it a little bit. It's really well drawn. Like I said, I've read the whole thing. It kind of goes through the Clone Wars up until after episode 3. It's worth reading if you like the Clone Wars. You know, it really talks about, you know, the Jedi and you know, how they interact with the Force and stuff like that. But back to the figure, which is the important part. Here's Quinlan Vos. He is one of the main characters in the comic book, and they did a fairly good job of capturing his likeness with his yellow, I think it's a tattoo, but I'm not sure, and his kind of iconic clothing. We'll go ahead and go over his articulation real quick, and it's not really that impressive. He's got a ball-jointed head, which you get almost no movement because of his long dreadlock hair. He does have ball hinge shoulders with really good range of motion, as well as a ball hinge with a swivel here at the elbow. He's got swivel wrists, one hand that holds the lightsaber, and one hand that holds his gun. But both arms are the same, other than that. He's got a swivel waist and swivel hips, which you can't really do anything with because of this tunic he's wearing. You know, I mean, it's soft rubber, but the hips aren't sturdy enough to like stay forward. So you're pretty much only going to get him in this pose where he's standing straight up. For accessories, he does come with his lightsaber. Let's see if we can get some close-up shot of it. Nice clear green plastic, and it looks like it did in the comic book. And here in his other hand is his kind of signature weapon from the comic book, his blaster. And there's a holster down here on his leg for it. But I've never unhooked it from the rubber band, so I'm not sure if it fits in there. I'm assuming it does. It looks like it would. You know, this guy, it's really hard for me because I really like this character, so I'm a little biased. But overall, I mean, he's not really, I mean, detail-wise he's good, paint-wise he's good, but articulation is not that great. So for this guy, you know, it just depends on how much you really want the figure, and you do have to weigh in the fact that he comes with a second one and a comic book. You know, so I give him probably a 7 out of 10, and he would be higher, but his articulation is just not that good. If you want to see the review for Commander Faye, it's coming up probably tomorrow, and it'll be a separate video just so that I can go in detail, you know, about him without the distraction of the other one. And so, in the comments below, tell me what you think of this guy, or tell me if you've read the comic book, whether you liked it or not. And I'll see you later.